Hello and welcome to the Ilene Silverman Show. I'm your host Ilene, and on this week's program, our guests discuss the Education Foundation of Alachua County, a nonprofit organization supporting local students and teachers through empowering programs. And a mentor and mentee share their inspiring story of friendship through Take Stock in Children. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us for our program. I'm delighted to introduce our guest, Jane Morowski, Executive Director, Education Foundation of Alachua County, and Tia Paul, Program Director, Education Foundation. And Jane and Tia, it is wonderful to have you join us. I've been wanting to do a show on the Education Foundation for so long. You're such an outstanding organization. And Jane, it's good to have you back.
Thank
you. You were here wearing another hat at another time. And Tia, I'm happy to welcome you and ready to sit back and learn about the Education Foundation.
Wonderful.
So get us started by, well, first, drop back and tell me, how long have you been Executive Director?
I've been the Executive Director for about 8 months now, so I'm very new.
I know.
Yes, but I am loving it so far, and this is a great team, and they really care about kids locally. It's just been a joy so far.
And I can tell. It's a passion, as for you, Tia. How long have you been part of the team?
So I've been at the Education Foundation for 9 years, and I'm also a Take Stock in Children alumni, so that's how I got involved with the Education Foundation and learned about it when I was in college.
Excellent, and we're going to hear more about your story as the show progresses. And so Jane, tell us a little about the history of the Education Foundation.
Sure. We've been in Alachua County for 36 years now, founded in 1986. Started with senior scholarships where the school district was looking for ways to make college more affordable for our local students. That first year, they funded about $20,000 worth of scholarships for students. And this last year, we had almost $700,000 worth of scholarships for students. So
an
we're
impressive
really proud
jump.
of that. Yes, an impressive jump. But 35 years in the making.
I know.
So we have 3 main programs.
Yes, explain, please.
Sure. The senior scholarships, where we started. And then we moved to Take Stock in Children, and our newest match dollar grant called Catalyst for Change is a teacher grant for classroom innovation. So it's for Alachua County Public Schools teachers to really find ways to reduce educational disparities for their students.
Well said. And tell us a little more. Go back to senior scholarship so that we understand it more thoroughly. Or Tia, jump in anytime.
Sure. Yeah, so Senior Scholarships is a program that really the whole community can get involved in. So we have scholarships that are by civic organizations like your Kiwanis Club or your Rotary Club. And then we also have individuals who want to honor a loved one, maybe a former educator, and just want to honor their memory in that way by giving a scholarship to a high school senior who is looking to go on to post-secondary education.
What an excellent opportunity. And Jane, you were talking about reunions and some groups getting behind that as an opportunity.
Absolutely. We have the class of 1962 and 1964 from Gainesville High School have gotten together and supported teachers through our Catalyst for Change innovation grants and also scholarships for students. And the Black Alumni Association from 1992 at Eastside, the Rams also has a scholarship. So it's a great way for, if you're getting together and having a reunion soon, it's a great way to raise funds and give back to your alma mater. And we challenge the whole community to think of maybe that as a way to get together, because it can really give back to the school where you went and had some good times, hopefully.
Right, yes, and give somebody else the opportunity, like Tia, you've taken the opportunity and run with it and seen your life change, and it seems that is what this is all about, making a difference, middle school age, high school age students in this community and giving them the opportunity to be a success. And then we all win. Our community is enriched by everyone succeeding.
Absolutely, yeah. We really look for ways that we can support teachers as well. We do some professional development support for the department, ask the school district what they're looking for and those kinds of things, and try to help teachers with a teacher-led conference that they run called Elevate Ed, for
Right.
teachers by teachers, and we just help support that with monetary support and staff support, and Tia really takes that lead and does that. It's a lot of fun.
Excellent. Well, we're going to talk more about that, but we're going to take a quick break. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're back talking about the Education Foundation of Alachua County with Jane Morosky and Tia Paul. And you were just telling us about Catalyst for Change. And Tia, I was going to ask you to, embellish that a little bit more. Tell us more.
Yeah, so with Catalyst for Change, there's two opportunities for teachers to either get a $2,000 to $5,000 grant to do something innovative in their classroom, so they can buy drones and rovers. They could have a book club after school to help with reading levels. They could also, apply for a kiln, and that may be the first time that students are learning about art history. And then we have professional development, and as Jane was sharing earlier, we were
Right.
talking about Elevate Ed. And so with Elevate Ed, we have started a teacher leadership council in the last couple of years of Teachers of the Year and Catalyst for Change past recipients of Catalyst for Change grants. And they are able to come together and put their ideas, their best practices on paper and present to other teachers. And so
Excellent.
they're really helping to prepare students that are not even in their classrooms, which is like a really awesome thing for them to be able to do and
Right.
share with another teacher. So they're preparing our future leaders.
That is outstanding, and I get all your emails, so I'm always seeing these pictures and the communication and Teachers of the Year and how they, yes, are collaborating one with the other, which is such a good opportunity, getting out of the classroom and sharing ideas. Another good thing you're doing, and that takes us to one of your programs that I think the community knows more than many of the others, the Take Stock in Children. And so I think that started in 1996.
Yes.
Okay.
Here it started in 1996.
Okay.
It is a statewide program, and we're one of several organizations that are the lead agency for Take Stock. We have approximately 260 students in that program. It is a mentoring and scholarship program which happens in school.
Okay.
So folks meet with their mentee at school during the school year, usually over lunch. That's why we always say you have the opportunity to change a life over lunch.
I like that. Yeah, good
just
thing.
sitting and talking to students, having them talk to another an adult who's a trusted adult. Do go through background check, just like you would if you were volunteering at the school, to make sure that they can make a connection with other people that may have gone through college and help them through that process. The whole goal is to have them experience another perspective and learn the path to college and find out what they want to do for a career. Those are kind of the things that we focus on for students in junior high and high school. So it's 7th through 12th grade.
Okay.
And our students sign a contract that they will have good grades and good behavior and meet with their mentor 15 times a year. So that's what the sort of background is with it.
Excellent. But beyond that, Tia, it does change lives. And how about for you?
Yes, it definitely did. Was
It's
in
that
the program.
relationship.
Exactly. The between the Take Stock in Children program and my mentor program really helped me to find an identity that I could be proud of. So coming from poverty, sometimes those things are not, the experiences may not be as positive, but then Take Stock came into my life and it really changed it around, changed the trajectory of my life to go in a very positive direction. So I met with my mentor. She was the vice principal at my high school, and she just was really able to encourage me every day, really, because she was there and just be able to, she was very interested in what I was interested in pursuing, as a career. And so she would, pull up virtual tours of architecture firms and how architecture worked, because that's what I was interested in at the time.
Right.
And design. And so that was a really great and positive experience. And then when it got to senior year and it was time to focus on scholarships, she's like, okay, Tia, I want you to put together a list of scholarships that you can apply for and tell me the dates that you applied for them. And so then I went on to the University of Florida and graduated debt-free thanks to the scholarship opportunities that I got through both Take Stock and the Matching Florida Opportunity Scholars, as well as a lot of local community scholarships like our senior scholarship program is made up of. And so that was a really great experience. And being at the university, that's how I got connected to the foundation. And it's been a wonderful experience.
I can see that.
And now have a family that I can take care of, my daughter with my husband, and just a life that I can really be proud of and have dignity in. It's been great.
Tia, thank you. Well said. We're proud for you and of you, and we appreciate you. And we're going to take another quick break. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're back talking about the Education Foundation of Alachua County, and I'm pleased to introduce John Tull, mentor, and Karen Nielsen, mentee with Take Stock in Children. And I'm happy to have you, Karen and John, to be a part of our show and to tell us about what it's like to be a mentor and a mentee and junior at Gainesville High School. Go Canes!
Go Canes!
That was my school. And so, share with me, okay, John, you've been in Gainesville a few years, and so what drew you to this program?
Well, I appreciate you asking. It's great being here today. I work for the Florida Gators, and I sell sponsorships, and one of our clients, Florida Credit Union, is really involved with the Education Foundation, and they introduced me to this program. We ended up doing a cause marketing campaign called the Beyond the Arc campaign, where they were raising money for every 3-point shot the Gators make that's donated back to the foundation. And so Beatrice Cherry, who works at the credit union and everybody at the foundation knows her, said, have you ever thought about being a mentor? And it's been a while. I used to do this maybe 20 years ago back in South Bend, Indiana, when I worked in baseball. And I said, no, I'll look into it. So I did. I looked into it.
And you went.
And it was right out of COVID, and got hooked up here with Karen at Gainesville High School, and the rest is history. I mean, it's been a couple of years now.
Now you and Karen have bonded totally.
No, we have. It's been a fantastic experience. I mean, I'm probably getting as much or more out of it than maybe he is, but I'll let him talk about that. But it's a great program to be able to meet with some high school kids who have high aspirations, and just, he listens to my stories and I listen to his stories, and it's fun stuff. So.
And it just gives you another path forward in life. And tell us a little about yourself as far as ROTC. I know you're very involved.
Yeah, so NJROTC is the program I'm in. It stands for Naval Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps. It's basically like, a lot of people want to say it's military, but yeah, it is. And but it's really to build like leadership and citizens and people who really want to like make a difference in their life, and just be productive. So we're just trying to teach the younger kids, or the cadets as they're called.
Right.
The younger cadets now at this point, since I'm a junior and I'm going into my senior year as the executive officer of the company.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And so now I'm in a mentorship position, just like John, to help develop these younger kids and try to get them to be better people and really take control of their life.
Wow. Talk about full circle and giving back between the two of you, and extending, paying it forward. And so, John, tell me a little, what's it like going to lunch at Gainesville High School, and
Well, it's great. When we first started, we were just coming out of COVID, right? So we were doing these little Zoom calls on our phones and trying to connect, and sometimes it was hard, right? But it was really cool. We first got to actually connect in person.
Wow.
And I get out there, and the bell rings, and I wait for Karen to walk out onto the courtyard and through the gates, and
Sometimes Karen's got his uniform on.
well,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's ready to go. So, we sit there and we have a nice chat for 20, 25 minutes. And like I said, I learn as much about myself from him as I hope he learns from me. And we just talk about all kinds of things, school, ROTC, home stuff, just fun stuff that, no matter how long you've been doing something or how old you are, it affects both of you, right? So we talk about
Yes,
family and
yes.
community, and I enjoy giving back. That's one of my commitments about working in sports, especially, is to use that platform to give back. So that's
Right.
how I got involved in the first place, was through the Gators, and so yeah, it's been great going to
This is
GHS and seeing this guy and watching him grow too. When I first got there, 2
You can
years
see
ago.
development.
Oh
You
yeah,
can see
yeah.
how
I think he's grown a couple inches, maybe not, but it just seems like it, right? And
Right.
and
Well, because he's going up in your esteem.
right, and he's just quite the young man that he's turned into in the last 2 years alone. So it's been good stuff.
I understand.
So,
Do you
yeah.
talk about the future and looking ahead? You're a junior, so you still have another year as a senior, but what a great opportunity. What are some of your goals?
Yeah, so I would say one of my goals is really trying to get into some kind of college. I've got the Take Stock Scholarship, of course, and then I'm hoping to at least apply and attempt to get an NROTC scholarship. That's, NJROTC without the J on it.
Right.
So hopefully, I really want to go to the University of Maine or the University of Jacksonville. Both got, I have really high opinion of their programs. And
Excellent.
otherwise, if that might not work out or whatever might happen, I want to go to college regardless. So Santa Fe with the Take Stock in Children, and actually I could get the Bright Future Scholarship.
True. Another good option.
Yeah, and that's another one of my options. And then if all else fails, I thought about enlisting, but I'm not sure if I'll do that anymore.
Well, but your friendship with John as your mentor, I'm sure that really is helping to direct you in very positive ways. So you've got him to bounce all these ideas off of, and I think that's exceptional.
Well, and I learned a lot about Instagram from this guy too, so which is
Could
good
you
stuff
stay
too.
behind and teach me?
Right. but it's really good stuff, and I enjoy it, and it's it's 25 minutes every couple of weeks, and we schedule it. We text each other in the morning at 7:30. Are we on? Yeah, we're on, and
See you soon.
and so I tell people listening out there or watching that it's only 2 visits a month of your time. It's like 2 30-minute sessions a month where you can go make a friend, make a difference, and be a mentor, and that's I love it. So
Thank you for those words of encouragement, and I appreciate both of you for sharing your story, and I know your friendship will continue
absolutely
for many years
of
to
course,
come.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Of
Thank
course.
you. Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
and stay with us. We'll be right back. We're back discussing the Education Foundation of Alachua County with Jane and Tia. And so many positive programs. How do you keep all of this going? Tia?
Yes. So we have 8 outstanding staff members who really go out and do the work every day for our programs. And then we have an excellent board of directors who really champion these causes and get out there and help to raise funds and make people aware of what we're doing in the community and figuring out
Right.
ways that they can contribute.
Very positive. And speaking of positive, you have been recognized with several awards that you should and are. I am proud for you. So would you share those with us?
Sure. So for the last 9 years, we've been identified from the Take Stock in Children's State Office as having the Gold Standard Award from them. And then we've had a perfect score for the last 4 years from them on their balanced scorecard. And then the last 2 out of the 3 last 3 years,
Right.
we've received the Small Nonprofit of the Year from the Gainesville Chamber. So we're very proud of that. And it's thanks to all of the volunteers and our board of directors and our wonderful team that we really are able to help the local students and back up what we're doing with all of that great support.
I agree. And I was so glad to be able to attend the gala again, that it's back, as so many other, opportunities are back in the mix. But I've always enjoyed the one for the Education Foundation. And
Yes.
It was splendid.
It's a great opportunity to see the local talent that's on display in our local public schools. We have performances from students each year. We do it at the end of February, and it's just a great time to really celebrate the things that are going right in our schools.
Yes, and to learn more about the program. So it's one way that we, the community, can know how to donate, how to support, but share more about that.
Sure.
Community needs to be involved.
Yes. So the ways that people can contribute to the Education Foundation is you can be involved as a mentor, as we talked about this evening, which is a great way. You can also give a donation to one of our 3 programs, and the ways that you can do that is through Take Stock in Children. You can set up a scholarship, you can donate and help students go to STEM camp, or you could also support a teacher in her class in his classroom. And so that's another way that you can contribute to Catalyst for Change. And then you could also set up a scholarship, and it could be based on interest, it could be based on need, or it could be based on merit, and whatever you choose.
And there's good guidance on your website. So those interested or wanting to volunteer can go to that website and make a beginning or call and just jump in, because certainly the Education Foundation is changing lives. I mean, we know that.
Yeah,
It's
and
a measurable success.
For me, I know that your money is well spent, and every dollar that is matched with our Catalyst for Change from the state and also Take Stock. So if you donate, you have a dollar for dollar match for both of those programs, and it's a great way to invest in the future of our community by investing in education.
Incredible. That's very important. And you know, in talking about the Education Foundation and wanting to reach out, we have just a little more time. But Jane, what would you say to our community?
Thank you for being so supportive of education. It is so critical. If you could donate, it's edfoundationac.org. Please consider volunteering or donating to help invest in the future of our community.
And I think no one said it better than our mentor and mentee about what it means to bond through Take Stock in Children. We have Tia right here, who is a prime example of the Education Foundation and its success. And just moving forward, there's so many good opportunities. I really want to thank all of you for being involved. And Tia, you still have time to say just a little bit more too. How would you reach out to the community?
Yeah, so I would say that if you are passionate about children and their futures and you want to make a lasting impact, that this would be a great way to do that, either through mentoring or through a donation, and we would greatly appreciate it, and so would the students.
Thank you both. And I'm so glad that you tuned in, and I hope you will join us next time. Take care.